Welcome back to Viata International Academy. It's Teacher Carl here again, and in today's class we're going to be talking about things that go wrong. Now, unfortunately in life, nothing really goes to plan and things often go wrong. However, it's good to remember, even if you have a plan, it's very likely to go wrong. So when it does go wrong, don't worry about it. That's the complete expectation. In English, we have a few phrasal verbs and phrases that we can use specifically when things go wrong. So let's start with the main phrasal verbs that people use. People might say, I've messed up, or they might say, I've mucked up. Now, depending on what has gone wrong, we can actually use messed up or mucked up for almost anything in our lives, whether it be work, education, with our family, or a relationship. So I've looked some 3 examples here, just so you get a better understanding of how we could use it. So let's start with I've messed up. I've heard lots of people say this. I've messed up my marriage. My marriage has gone wrong. Or I think that I may have mucked up my education. My education went wrong and it was all my fault. I mucked it up. And finally, I've heard lots and lots of people say this, but remember, life is never over until it's over. I've completely messed up my life. But don't worry, things are never that bad. They can always get better. So messed up or mucked up, very, very common for talking about when things go wrong. Screwed up is very, very popular in America. We might say that we have screwed up our food order. Well, I haven't, but if you were in a restaurant and you ordered a hamburger, but they brought you the shrimps, you would say, oh, they've screwed up my food order. Or I might talk about my ex-girlfriend and I would absolutely 100% say that she screwed up our relationship. Or if I go back to my school days, there were definitely a few occasions I remember when I could say, oh no, I screwed up my exam. Interestingly, we can also use screw up as an adjective. You may want to describe somebody who's consistently doing things wrong. They're always getting the wrong end of the stick no matter how many times you give them instructions. And you may describe them as a screw up. Again, my ex-girlfriend used to say this to me a lot. Carl, you are such a screw up. You can't do anything right. And it was very true. Over here we have what are called grandma expressions. Now, these expressions are generally used by older people to express shock and surprise when something goes wrong. They're not usually used with the younger generation. However, I like to use some of these phrases because of the comedic value it brings. So let's have a look at them. Oh darn. Oh gosh. Oh heck. Oh my goodness, and oh drat. These are mostly used as a prefix at the beginning of a sentence to initially tell somebody that something is wrong. So for example, oh darn, I cut my finger. Or, oh no, oh gosh, the dinner is completely burnt. A very bad one. Oh heck, I've dropped my wine. Oh my goodness, Matt fell out of a tree. I hope Matt is okay. Or how about, oh drat, it's raining. Why is that wrong? Well, you were planning to go to the beach, you had a big day planned, everything was to be outside. Alas, you look out the window, something is wrong. Oh drat, it's raining. And finally, some other expressions that we can use if we're talking about something that has gone wrong. So we may say that something sucks. I left my bag on the bus today. Damn, that sucks. I blew it. This is usually used to talk also when we're talking about money. If we have spent a lot of money, we might say that I have blown a lot of money. However, we may say something like, I had my exam today and I absolutely blew it. I didn't do very well. It crashed. This is commonly used to talk about when we have problems with computers. We've all been there. We're doing our latest project and all of a sudden the screen freezes and we can't do any more work. We would then say, it's crashed. I choked. If we're talking about something, an action that we were supposed to do, maybe it's a big sporting event and we didn't perform to the best of our ability, something went wrong, we could say, oh, I had my judo competition today, but I choked. I bit it. I bit it means that when something has gone wrong, you're just going to have to accept it, that it's gone wrong and you're going to have to try and make it better. Oh, I'm really sorry, but I bit it. These three are very, very popular in England. This one, I've made a pig's ear. Now this can apply to anything. Have you made the dinner? Have you done your homework? Did you get the job that you went to for the interview? Well, you could say, oh, no, I didn't. Have you made the cake? No, I've made a complete pig's ear of it. How did your interview go? Not very well. I made a complete pig's ear. Oh no, I've hecked it. This is usually used when you're using some kind of apparatus or piece of equipment and it's then broken. You might say, oh, you were using your lawnmower and all of a sudden it breaks. Oh, I've hecked it. And finally, you might say that you have made a clanger. Now this can be in relation to anything. Maybe you made a mistake at work, maybe you've dropped some food, or maybe the dog has run away because you left the front door open. In which case you can say, oh no, I've made an absolute clanger. I left the front door open and now Bosco, he's run away. Big, big problem. Never leave the door open because the dogs will run. So that completes our quick look about talking about when things go wrong. Hopefully there are lots of useful phrases that you can use and try using some of the grammar expressions. The comedic value is excellent. If you have any comments, leave them in the section below and I'll see you in the next class.